I gotta ask, I know this might sound like a crazy question, but we saw the Papoose tattoo, so I gotta ask, is there a quote tattoo? I gotta ask.
Stay tuned.
Uh-oh, stay tuned. That's what's up.
Stay tuned. Keep your eyes on the prize, man.
That's what's up.
I want to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again.
Y'all must don't like her confidence and the fact that she's with Pat, because the level of hate y'all give to this woman is crazy.
Where the drama is as bad as a heavyweight punch and tea flows quickly. We have a story today that has everyone caught off guard, because it's not just about boxing titles anymore. Mystery names, tattoos, and a ton of questions are all part of it. Then pay attention. Before tomorrow's big fight, the unbeaten boxing champion, Claressa Shields, took the scales for her official weigh-in, looking immaculate. She arrived wearing what appeared to be a custom-made swimsuit or bodysuit with a Gucci influence. Svelte, tight, and obviously designed to attract attention. But the apparel wasn't what had everyone so enthralled. Ink was the culprit. Fans noticed a tattoo beneath her top that appeared to say Papoose, just below the edge of her chest. Indeed, that's true. The craziest aspect was that she appeared to want others to witness it, as though showcasing it with pride. Claressa's movements provided the cameras with the ideal viewpoint. Now, the internet clocked it instantly, regardless of whether it was a deliberate move or just a self-assured strut.
So the beef with Claressa, Clarence, whatever Remy Ma called her, let me tell y'all something. I would chew rocks and swallow them before I would ever speak publicly about a man that is still married, that has yet to sign divorce papers, that's been filed for months. I would eat literal cow manure before I would go on somebody's app saying I'm about to have a family with this married man that got kids my freaking age. This girl is delusional. And quite frankly, it's really embarrassing, because it's like Remy Ma read her. Like, she's like, I've known this man since you were 10 years old. Since you were 10 years old, she's known this man. She's been married to that man since she was 13. Like, honey, get out the chat. Get in the ring. Get out the fit, because dating ain't working for her. Because I feel like nobody was talking to Claressa, whatever her name is. No man that we know of was interested in that woman. And now she got somebody interested in her, and it just happens to be Papoose. And, you know, this whole thing that Papoose is this, Papoose is that, whatever. I don't care about Papoose. All I know is that he, quote-unquote, held Remy Ma down while she was in prison, even though he was probably cheating. Because most men cheat. 9 times out of 10, they not gonna hold you down, but whatever. Like, that's the narrative they like to put out there. But all I gotta say is, Claressa, baby, get in the ring and get out the dating field, because you get your tail whooped out there in them comments. Baby, that's embarrassing.
Wait, does she have Papoose's name tatted on her body? People began to wonder. And as you undoubtedly know, that name has a long history of unsavory relationships. Fans now want to know if it is a fan homage, a private message, or something more profound that we are unaware of. Also, this isn't your typical boxing promotion. This is attention-grabbing to the highest degree. The instant the video went viral on social media, you could sense a change in energy. They all began to speculate. Is loyalty in play here? Is it passion? Is there a shadow? We're not sure. However, there's no denying that Claressa is an expert at maintaining her prominence. Prior to a significant event, though I'll blur the region out for privacy, I do have the clip ready to show you, so that you can see what everyone is talking about. I'm going to zoom in, and trust me, it's worth a look, since the entire situation may be more deserving of a headline than the game itself. Okay, so let's get into this zoomed in crazy. Yes, I have that tattoo's close-up. Upon closer inspection, it becomes even more unbelievable. I now had to use every effort to adhere to YouTube's stringent rules in order to maintain this film. I blurred the necessary areas and zoomed in as much as I could. However, despite everything you saw. And still, read what it says. Exactly, as transparent as day. Nestled beneath Clarissa's chest, a papoose is his real name, not a nickname or a cute illustration. Additionally, I should mention that there are pictures out there that provide a clearer look than what I am able to display here. She wasn't hiding anything though, as you already know if you've seen those. That ink takes center stage.
I'm gonna play the internet games. We trying to stay violent and sell out. I had to give them a little peek.
A little sneak peek.
Yeah, but been had it.
The question now is, what is actually happening here? It's not your typical celebrity ink. For that reason, this is frank, intimate, and revealing. She didn't conceal it on her back or ankle, but rather somewhere private. The statement, "This man matters to me a lot," is where she placed it. Furthermore, judging by Clarissa's actions, you can say, quote, "She's acting as though this man hung the moon, so you can't tell her anything about him. She radiates light." She's uploading. When she walks out, she looks like she's having a time. At this point, the tattoo simply clarifies everything. It's not a casual situation. It is locked in, deep, and perhaps even a touch chaotic. Others are already, "Is she doing too much?" Whispered, "Wait, is this the same Papoose that was with Remy Ma?" Others are being asked. At that point, the narrative takes a turn for the worst, with individuals questioning whether there is more to this than appreciation. People are genuinely shocked by this, though. Claressa seems to be experiencing this type of love for the first time, as if she is in a very heavy state. Her performance has also completely changed. She looks like someone who is all in. No hesitancy, and don't worry. I'm going to tell you everything that has been happening behind the scenes, because you'll realize that this tattoo moment is only the beginning.
Nah, fuck that. I'ma just say it. I think a lot of y'all women, y'all just mad because y'all got y'all man took before. That's why y'all don't like Claressa Shields. Y'all must don't like her confidence and the fact that she's with Pat. Cause the level of hate y'all give to this woman is crazy. After all her accomplishments and where she came from. She came from Flint, Michigan. I'm from Detroit. She came from Flint, Michigan. Nothing there. Like, from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I don't know how many different weight divisions. This woman is a champion. And things went south with Rem and Pap, and then they linked.
People are raising their eyebrows and scratching their heads at the way Claressa and Papoose connected. So let's go back in time and discuss how this whole thing ever began. So imagine it. When fight night is in full swing and the atmosphere is high in the summer of 2024, Papoose steps in. He approaches Claressa at the event with a lot of poise, shakes her hand respectfully, and tells her straight out that he likes her work. That moment set off a series of events that were quite messy. He was invited to Claressa's next fight in Detroit, where she was obviously interested. But she did not end there after that. She sent him several VIP passes by slipping into his direct messages, seats in the front row, special access, everything from that point on. Their relationship quickly gained momentum. This is where things go from adorable to complicated. Papoose is still legally married to Remy Ma. You see, that's correct. The documents still state husband and wife, despite the fact that they have been leading separate lives. Furthermore, despite the fact that the partnership officially, the play, well, it's still getting hot, as you may recall in 2023. Rumors that Remy had been dating another rapper, Easy the Block Captain, became a major topic of conversation. The industry took notice of the scenario quite quickly. Papoose didn't waste any time after hearing the news. He didn't make an announcement, did not appear on any podcasts. He gave Instagram the opportunity to speak. He erased all of Remy's pictures off his Facebook, vanished without warning. And since then, social media, to put it mildly, their relationship has been tense. Fans observe that they haven't made any public appearances together. Nothing, no birthday posts, no anniversary tributes, no shoutouts. They seem to hit pause, and then never push play. Now that Papoose has supported Claressa, appeared in photos with her, smiled, and even made headlines with her, it's no surprise that people are making connections and labeling the entire situation as ironic, since his past relationship with Remy Ma is still open legally, even though it appears to be emotionally closed.
Wait. You have grown-ass women on this app who are making Remy out to be the victim now. See, I know what it is. I just thought about it. Y'all know Claressa Shields is fucking elite. Y'all know she's a savage with those hands. She'll put them paws on anybody. So now, y'all want to say Claressa the problem. Cause y'all know she'll put Remy in something serious. She'll put Remy in something serious. So y'all know Claressa would do Remy dirty. So now Remy gotta be the victim to her own shenanigans. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. When Pap found out about Easy to Block, Pap went put his paws on Easy to Block. Ain't nobody had to say nothing about that. When Pap found out about Easy, Pap went put his paws on Easy. Snuffed him, shut him up, punched him down. Whatever they say, however, whatever terminology you won't use, he did it. He came with it. But now that Remy, the later than came at Pap and Claressa, and now that they both clap back, and Claressa still clapping without even clapping, Claressa the problem. Claressa the fucking problem. Bro, these motherfuckers is really making think pieces and getting thousands of likes, basically saying that Claressa is the problem. Y'all trying to break up them people happy home, bro. Y'all don't want to see nobody happy. Y'all see that woman over there glowing. She the champ. She floating. She's successful. She doing her thing. And y'all mad that she got the good guy and Remy can't get him back.
The messiness of this love triangle or perhaps square keeps growing. So let's talk about what happened next. The scoop is as follows. For a while, Remy Ma and Easy the Block Captain did, in fact, continue their relationship. It wasn't a case of a fast recovery. Those two were frequently seen together from late 2023 to 2024, and people believed that things were becoming serious. However, when this year rolled around, that spark totally died. Their link failed to stick, and they have discreetly parted ways. No public repercussions, just quiet. Silence speaks louder than words in this world. Here's the actual twist now. While Papoose was busy stoking things up with Claressa Shields, Ray's situationship was cooling off. And when I say that Claressa is completely in, she is displaying love as if it were her first time in a relationship. When she talks about how Papoose gives her a sense of security, support, and visibility, she is going above and beyond in a manner that no one else has. Claressa is sharing on social media how this man is her partner, her peace, and everything. The vitality he brings into her life is unlike anything she has ever experienced, and she refers to him as her best friend, as far as she's concerned. This is beyond love. Let's not overlook the tension that lies beneath this romance, though. Claressa and Remy Ma have previously spoken. There is an unpleasant past between these two women. There's just plain hostility, no sisterhood, and no love lost. They don't think the same of one another. Now that Claressa isn't only dating someone's ex, the situation becomes considerably more intense. Remy Ma still legally refers to the man she is seeing as her husband, according to reports. Papoose has been attempting to distance himself from that marriage for years in order to resolve the legal issue. He allegedly called Remy a narcissist and told people close to her that she made ending things formally much more difficult than it had to be. No documents submitted, no resolution in sight, only stress and holdups.
What is it about him that made you fall in love?
The way that Papoose speaks, he's a very nice guy. Very, very nice, very, very humble, very knowledgeable. We all know he can rap, okay? And yeah, he can rap, like seriously, really good. And he's just very supportive.
The story doesn't finish here, though. The internet is ablaze with excitement as Claressa takes it to a new level. She's reportedly telling her followers and close friends that she and Papoose are prepared to start a family. You heard correctly, yes, she isn't merely playing house. She is envisioning an entire future that involves children playing, in interviews, appearances, and even backstage moments. She has been implying that she is prepared to get married, for real. Claressa stated that before moving forward, she had always desired a solid companion. Additionally, she believes that the moment is ideal now that she has a Papoose. They have even begun discussing baby names and looking at time frames, according to insiders.
I want to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again.
At this point, the situation takes a drastic turn. Let's not overlook one important reality. Despite all of these lofty goals and romantic language of babies and unending love, Remy Ma and Papoose remain legally wed. Yes, that section. Not only is this man out here creating a fresh love story, but he hasn't even finished the last chapter yet. Let us be really honest for a moment. Remy and Papoose are bound together for more than 20 years, 21 years to be precise. Also, it's not only about dating. They formally declared "I do" back in 2008. Papoose was there through thick and thin. Even when Remy was incarcerated, history like that doesn't vanish in a flash. Both of them have been assigning blame lately. Papoose accuses Ray of being slow, but Remy claims he is the one who isn't signing documents. At the end of the day, however, the paperwork has not been submitted regardless of who is delaying. All of Claressa's discussions about newborns creating a legacy and making plans for the future are therefore still precarious from the outside. It appears to be unresolved business, but those close to the matter say Claressa is expecting he will settle it soon. That's 21 years of marriage, faithfulness, memories, and highs and lows. You can't just walk away from it without any conditions. Step 1 is therefore obvious before Claressa begins purchasing baby things or choosing nursery colors. That man must formally and legally end that earlier chapter. Talk is all that exists till that time. Because if there is still a wife on paper, the foundation is sloppy regardless of how much she loves him or how solemn he seems.
Yeah. So Claressa out here planning to have a baby with Papa the next year. Guess her and Papa definitely talked about it. I get her with the age she at. She's about ready to have a family and settle down, other than instead of being in the field with the boxing thing. So I get where she's coming from. But is Pap even divorced? Are you making plans with a man that ain't divorced? All I can say is Pap better come through with them promises. Better not be no broken promises. Cause did you see her fist? That girl fist bigger than both of Pap fists put together. All I can say is Pap, just run. Get on out of Dodge, Pap. That's all I can say. If you broke, if any one of them promises is broken, all I can tell you to do is get on out of Dodge. Get on out of Dodge, my boy. That's all I can tell you. But hey, maybe he ready to have some babies. I don't know. Maybe he ready to have some babies. I'm hoping he is. Cause Pap, nobody can help you. We won't be able to help you. That's all I can say. But anyway, y'all tuning in to the fight.
Then let's take a moment to be honest. When the man you are building your life with still has a wife on paper, how can you be out here planning your life, talking about babies, and committing to love for eternity? It is crazy, glowing. Claressa calls him her best friend and says she is prepared to leave a lasting legacy with him. The divorce is still pending, though. Papoose is undoubtedly telling her that Remy is the one holding her back. She refuses to sign the paperwork. It's being held up by her. I have been making an effort. You're familiar with the lines. The back and forth blame game is a familiar scene to anyone who has witnessed a long-term relationship blow up, especially when two people are bound by more than 2 decades of history. When someone new comes along, that kind of emotional investment doesn't disappear. Let me be clear, though, and I'll say this with total assurance, Claressa will be severely impacted if Papoose decides to leave her, as in really hard. Particularly if he goes full circle and rejoins Remy after all this chaos and years. Claressa might not be prepared for that kind of turn of events, if those two end up getting back together. Furthermore, it appears that she has never had this degree of attention before based on her behavior, tattoos, and declarations that he is everything to her. She's shifting. As if this man had given her the moon and the sun. It's hazardous, but it's also sweet. It's no joke when one person falls much more forcefully than the other. Claressa has been emotionally all in, as if there were no backup plan. According to those close to her, it's risky when the man you're planning your entire future chapter around is still legally involved with someone else.
Does Claressa Shields know that Papoose is married? I mean, I'm not trying to tussle, because I know my girl like to do her 1-2-1-2. But she's on podcast talking about having babies next year with a married man.
And it's concerning. Like, I feel like Remy is somewhere rubbing her fuzzy socks together, cackling, because I would, if I was still his wife. I would be cackling. What's there not to cackle about? If she called him right now, Papoose is going back home. And you know, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, because I feel like this was the first man that, you know what I'm saying, that made her feel like she was somebody. She was that girl. And I feel that, except it's still somebody else's man. And then she was talking about fighting Layla Ali as if this lady is about to collect her AARP mail in about 10 years or so. And I'm just like, girl, get somewhere and sit down. Okay, Claressa Jean, sit down. Maybe she just needs a hug. Not from Papoose, though. He's supposed to be hugging somebody else. Bye.
And well, if all of this is really true, Papoose needs to be wise, since Claressa is not the person to play with if things ever go wrong. She is a world champion, and the boxing community as a whole has verified her hands. Given that Claressa appears to be riding hard for this man, he and Remy may need to arrange a safe getaway if he makes a mistake. Her energy suggests, everything is going to shake if you leave me. However, things get considerably wilder from here. Claressa is 30 years of age. 30, not 21 nor 19. People start talking when she gets out here and has a man's name tattooed under her chest. Like it's her first crush from homeroom, you would think that at this point in her life, she would be acting more cautiously, particularly with someone who is still legally bound by a long-term relationship. Alin is given a seat without a seatbelt. This might be true love now. Perhaps they are soulmates who will ride into the sunset together. Or perhaps, just possibly, this is all a rebound with a short shelf life. Additionally, Papoose and Remy may reunite after everything has settled down. You understand the nature of those enduring relationships. Feelings don't go away just because the atmosphere changed. Now, though, I'd like to hear from you. Do you believe that Claressa and Papoose will stick together? Or is this really a fleeting spark that is blazing quickly? Does she move too quickly? Does he have a clever strategy? Or is he just following the crowd? I'm reading everything, so please share your ideas in the comments. Remember to subscribe and use the like button if you're enjoying the tea.